Good morning, garden friends. Welcome back to Not Quite Homesteading, ESK Garden. Today I'm in the garden and I'm just doing a quick morning walkthrough before I get my day started. I'm probably gonna harvest some things and help pollinate some things because we have a lot of zucchini flowers open and that kind of stuff, and I've been waiting on these males. They just took so long to come up, but I just wanted to share some quick things that are going on that are exciting. It's not going to be like a garden tour or anything, but things are happening here and I just felt like it was time for a quick update. If you're a new friend visiting the channel for the first time, welcome. My name is Ebony. I hope that you'll stay a while. If you're a gardening enthusiast, if you love a good gardening journey, or if you're a gardener yourself looking for community support, definitely join the family. Leave a comment down below. Let's engage and have some fun around this gardening thing. Oh yeah, it's going down. Oh yeah, it's going down. Oh yeah. See, that one is ready. That was pollinated. So it looks like we got our first blushing tomato underneath here, a few of them. And then my peas, they have powdery mildew. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and pull these down because I don't want them affecting the tomato plants. I'll probably pull these like last few peas off of here, but that is gonna be a task for today for me. One started dying back and then I had to spray like the plants. I don't know if y'all can see that. I had to spray the plants with neem and BT. So I think once I sprayed them with the nighttime temperatures being, I guess wherever they were, the plants ended up getting powdery mildew. So I definitely don't want that affecting my tomatoes. I have enough going on with those, but it's nice to see we have some blushing happening and I can start picking tomatoes pretty soon. I don't know when the romas are going to start changing colors. These plants over here started fruiting after the two in the grow bag, so I think these will be after. But the ones in the grow bags, I feel like they should be blushing by now, and they're not. Oh, he's about to walk through a spider web. Lord, help the people. I did have one that was blushing and it ended up with blossom and rot, so I went ahead and pulled that one off. But yeah, we got some pretty good stuff going on with the tomatoes. I don't see any invasions of any bugs right now, which is a good thing, but I'll be staying on top of my spraying. The corn is actually growing back pretty nicely after that whole ordeal with the geese laying on top of it and chewing it down. So I think some of them are struggling and I don't know if I'll have to like replant more seeds, but for the most part I think they're bouncing back pretty well. If you weren't aware, corn is a grass and grass is pretty resilient. So I'm excited to see that we got something going on. This corner up here, I don't really know what happened as far as like germination goes or how I did the seeds. But I'm probably gonna have to put some seeds up there and then reseed a little bit over here so we can kind of fill in and make sure we have the corn patch like pretty full. And I was like, in this little bed here, my melons are starting to go a little crazy. I'm getting in on the watermelon wars and not so much I guess for competition per se, but more so to challenge myself to see if I can actually grow a melon. We have several melons in this bed. You can see that they're like vining up. They're starting to crawl all through the pepper plants towards the tomatoes. One of them is even vining up the tomatoes, and this thing keeps falling in here. It's falling on my sunflower. So they're growing. These melons were struggling. I had no idea if they were going to do anything, but you know, they're on their way. Can't complain about that. We have a nice little bell pepper growing in back here, which is pretty cool. I'm starting to see quite a few of those pop in. I don't know how long they're going to take to get big, but it's nice to definitely see some progress. And then I have some peppers I'll be pulling out. I say some, it's really one. It's a Cubanelle pepper. That one I'll be harvesting at some point to just kind of spark that plant to move a little bit quicker. Onions are doing pretty okay. Surprised, because the last time I showed them, they weren't looking like they were going to do anything, but I'll have a separate discussion on those. And then I have a pepper jungle going. So, you know, in true Ebony fashion, I planted so many plants, not really understanding how big each of the plants were going to get, and we just have a whole pepper jungle going on. It's nice though, so you know, I'm not complaining. The eggplants are flowering like crazy, but I haven't seen like an actual fruit come on, so I am waiting for that, because I really don't know which eggplants are what on my plants. So I'm waiting for them to actually fruit so I can see the color, so I'll know which plants are which plants. The Roselle is doing really well. It definitely has started to grow out and thicken up its stems. And the banana as well is ready to be up potted. This is like, I can't believe how small this plant was when I got it, but that plant is ready to be on to its next phase. And then, you know, we have our Cherokee green tomato. I was so worried about this plant here because it was the only one that survived out of all the seedlings I started for Cherokee green, but it is doing lovely. I haven't seen any fruits actually form. I guess this one will be the first one over in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Like, it's taking a long time to flower, but they're coming on. So I'm hoping to get a nice harvest of green tomatoes. Flowers looking pretty nice here. We have some mint, banana mint. I made a drink with this, and y'all, this banana mint is delicious. The oregano in this pot is starting to kind of grow up and take over, and we have some nice early girls forming here as well. So a couple of exciting things going on in the garden. I think I'm getting cucumbers too. They were flowered maybe about 2 days ago, and I'm like, it's that time where I'm starting like my planning for like groceries for next month, and I had cucumbers on my list, and I was like, wait a second, I was like, I have cucumbers, and I'm like, are they going to be ready by the time I actually go to the supermarket? So I'm hoping that they will, and I won't have to actually spend the money for that, but we'll see what happens. There are a lot of little cucumbers on here. This is another plant that started early with the female flowers, no male flowers, but this little bee has been busy. So I saw the bee pollinating several of those cucumber plants, and I'm hoping that we'll have cucumbers in the next week or so before it's time for me to go food shopping. And let's see how much food I actually have to buy. Vegetables, we probably won't have to buy many, to be honest, because you know, the garden has been giving, and my refrigerator is packed with stuff that we can absolutely eat, and I am so grateful for that. But there are things obviously that, you know, I still want to have and like to have that we don't have available yet, or that I might not just might not be growing. So I do have some male flowers over there for the zucchini. I'm gonna pollinate those really quickly. Oh, before I do that, strawberries. So I bought these strawberries from MI Gardener. These were the first ones I put in, and y'all, these strawberries are doing absolutely amazing. Now, I don't know what I did or may have done to the other ones. Can y'all see that? But they have all died back, and I don't know if they're dead or died back. But this one I am like so proud of. I was raving about these because of this particular plant, but the jewel did not do well. These are the Hanoi, however you say that, and these just kind of took off. I also have my ever-bearing strawberry in here that I planted, and there are more seeds of those around here, and I'm hoping those will grow that way for right now. I'll know which ones those are because naturally when this is done, when the Hanoi are done, those will still be growing. But I'm so ecstatic for the strawberries that we are about to get off this plant, because first year I didn't expect to get strawberries, and the fact that I'm going to get some is actually pretty amazing. So blueberries are still ripening. I have 2 blueberry plants that are absolutely still behind, and we have some strawberries on this is one of my other ever-bearings, and this I bought from the big box store. So these are coming in, albeit very slowly, but they're coming in, you know. I don't know if I should have separated these or what when I bought them. I did not, and I might go back and do it once they start fruiting. But well, once these kind of like start to ripen and stuff. But yeah, I don't really know. Some of the leaves browned off, and some of them are growing really nicely. But yeah, and then of course the raspberries are doing pretty well. And one other thing I wanted to show y'all too. So this was one of my garlics. I took this out just to kind of test and see where they were. And I think that I'm not going to get like split garlic because of when I planted it. I planted this in January. Remember I told you guys that this was a it was kind of a like gift from a neighbor, and they like had planted their garlic. They had extra and they gave me some, so they planted around like December, January, and then they gave me that. We did have some really cold days following that, but I just don't think it was a long enough period for the garlic to actually split from the weather. So while I do have some garlic that look like they have really, really nice size heads, I don't know if they're going to be like cloved. They'll probably just be whole heads, and I'm okay with that. You know, first year growing, experimentation is key, but this garlic is absolutely delicious. So I'm excited to still have it. You know, it'll still be used, but this one has been out here just kind of like drying for I think it's been close to a week now, and that's what it's looking like. This was one of the smaller ones though, so I didn't pull out one of the bigger ones, which I'll probably give it another test in maybe like a week or two. But let me go get my gloves so we can help pollinate this zucchini. But yeah, after I pollinate this zucchini, I'm going to be heading to a swim aerobics class before I start doing whatever work I have to do for today. And it's a beautiful day out. You know, I'm not going to be out here. I'm trying to not just find myself in the garden like all day. Or longer than I really should be, rather. I can't say all day because I do have other things to do, but just trying not to find myself not doing the things I'm supposed to be doing because I'm out here. So I've been trying to take a break. You know, I'm checking to obviously just make sure there are no bugs, nothing I need to be concerned about, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the house, get ready, and start my day. That's good. But yeah, let's go ahead and hand pollinate some zucchini, and that's really it. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a highlight overview of some of the exciting things that are happening in the garden. You know, thank you for being out here with me first thing in the morning. This is definitely a great way to kickstart the day. mentally, you know, taking in some fresh air, just kind of being in existence with nature. And you know, I will see you guys in the next video. Let's keep learning, sowing, and growing together, friends, until our next garden update. Bye. I'm gonna put the head on. Yeah.